Well, in addition to January and New Year resolutions, January is also Mental Wellness Month. Time to focus not only on your physical state, but your mental state too.
That's right. We had the chance to speak with Dr. Jessica Britt Thomas. She's the Director of Integrated Behavioral Health Science at WellStar MCG Health to talk about Mental Wellness Month.
Dr. Jessica, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, such an important topic to talk today. So what does mental health wellness highlight?
Yes, so the month of January highlights the importance of focusing in on mental health. As we know, there's a big stigma around talking about mental health, seeking out mental health resources. And so this month in particular really advocates for the need of discussing mental health concerns.
Let's break this down. What do we know about mental health?
Yes, so the National Alliance of Mental Illness, NAMI for short, has identified that 1 in 20 U.S. Adults experience a serious mental health concern across their lifetime. 1 in 5 U.S. adults and then 1 in 6 youth, which is ages 6 to 17, will experience a mental health concern across each year. Further, 50% of us usually have some kind of mental health diagnoses or symptom before the age of 14, and then 75% usually before the age of 24. And then suicide is the second leading cause of death among youth ages 10 to 30. So it's pretty prevalent. It's something that we need to know and discuss a lot more.
Alarming numbers, for sure, for sure. And what is mental health wellness?
Mental health wellness is, so we think about wellness as a physical attribute. So nutrition, weight management, exercising, and those are all great. Mental health wellness is a holistic approach which really encompasses our emotions, our mood, how are we going about our days? Are we happy with our days? Are we loving the best version of ourselves? Are we the best version of ourselves? So it's a holistic approach which encompasses all of the physical and emotional attributes of oneself.
Question here that I'm just very curious, and I've had other people my age and older ask about this as well. The mental awareness, and it seems like more cases being reached out in the last number of years. Is it more, or is it just because we're recognizing it more than in previous years?
Good question. A little bit of both. I think people are becoming more comfortable. We're normalizing that it's okay to acknowledge if you need help. COVID also contributed to an increase in mental health concerns. So there are just mental health concerns that have increased over the last few years. So it's a combination of everything.
Okay, so let's talk now about tips. What are some tips for mental health wellness?
Yes, so there's a lot, right? But we only have so much time today. But I wanted to highlight a couple that I have found very useful, and one being creating a mental health plan, right? The best thing to do is create a plan before we are actually in a crisis or in distress. So coping skills, do we have go-to coping skills? Do we have people that we can rely on? Do we have routines that can help us decompress from the day? Those are things that we should be thinking about on a regular basis. Putting yourself first, right? Your needs, am I the yes man? Am I taking on too much? It's easy to fall into a trap of wanting people to rely on you, especially if you're the person that is the primary breadwinner or the primary person. So being able to kind of say no and put up those healthy boundaries are really helpful as well. Practicing self-acceptance, slowing down. So, hey, have I taken on a lot? This is a very hot month where everyone is changing themselves. New Year's resolutions, right? We're all starting a new sense of self. But am I adding too much on my plate, which will create burnout, which kind of is the opposite of wellness, right? It's the complete opposite. We don't want to do that. And then asking for help. There's a lot of strength in asking for help when we need that.
Not everybody is 10 foot tall and bulletproof, too. And we have this 5-minute mental health checklist that people can do for themselves.
Absolutely. Right before the day, in the middle of the day, have I eaten today? Have I had my breakfast? Am I planning on, what am I making for lunch or dinner? Have I showered, right? How's my hygiene today? Have I connected with a loved one? Was there someone I said I was going to reach out to, but I haven't been able to get back in touch with them? And what am I thinking right now? What are my thoughts as I'm entering the workday, as I'm starting the morning? Anything positive that I can kind of say to myself as I get going or continue on across the day.
I love this. We should have on our phones.
Have I showered today is usually the one I'm asking during the weekend. If I'm not having to do anything.
Yes, yes, definitely.
So no, I'm not going to be hanging out with you on weekends.
Okay, I said weekends, not Monday through Friday. Okay.
Yeah, now I know.
Avoid Cliff on the weekends.
Yes.
Got it.
All right, Dr. Jessica, where can you find more resources?
Yes, so there, the American Mental Health Wellness.org is a great place. The MHAnational.org is another place, and then wellnesseveryday.org. All three have great resources, tools, kits, worksheets that you can use that are all helpful for finding more information on how to better yourself.
Right, all that information is out there for you. Dr. Jessica, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
And I did shower, by the way. Okay.
Okay, good.
All right, coming up, despite inflation and higher interest rates, there are plenty of jobs right now. January and February are some great job search months. After the break, we'll tell you some ways to land that new job. That's next here on Mix at 3.